You like snacks? I like snacks. We should be friends. Hi guys, I'm Patty here at My Healing Gut, and in this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about all the snacks I eat, which are anti-inflammatory or ones that at least are not going to cause inflammation if that's something that you're concerned about. So let's get into today's snacks. All of these things I've tried as much to avoid dairy, gluten, and also refined sugars. However, some of these things do contain a little bit of refined sugar, and I just want to point those out and I will let you know which one. So I wanted to start with the crispy tasting delicious things. The first thing that I really am excited about is these tempeh chips. I actually got them today. I haven't opened them yet. I'm really keen to try them out. These have basically no gluten, no dairy, and no sugar in them. And because they're made out of tempeh, they have soy in them. So if soy is a product that you can't eat, just be aware of that. But for those of you who don't really mind soy and can eat it, this is an exciting choice because I really love crunchy things when I'm watching things, occasionally reading things. And so this will be really good when I'm watching some movies and catching up on some TV and Netflix. They have lime in them. Super nice. My second crispy snack would be these veggie chips that I found at Woolworths. So these have sweet potato, they have green beans, broccoli, beetroot, shiitake mushrooms, and they're vacuum cooked. So that means they actually have less oil in them. And I actually tried these with a friend when we went hiking and they were delicious. So I definitely wanted to grab some myself and I'm so keen to open these up too. Confession, I don't like beetroot, so I'm gonna try beetroot chips out. The reason why I don't like beetroot chips, oh my gosh, I'm dropping everything, is because I tend to feel like they taste like dirt. Maybe controversial, I don't really know. But first time I tried beetroot, it just tasted like a bit of dirt to me, so. Super crunchy. Really good. Look at this broccoli. Like actually still broccoli. It's not changed. It's not done anything weird to it. It's just broccoli. My next choice would be seaweed snacks. Everyone loves some seaweed snacks. These are so easy. You can eat them by themselves with sushi. These have got habanero chili in them, which means that they'll be a little bit spicy, which I'm excited to try out. Because normally I just have the plain variety and that's generally pretty good enough for me, but I thought I would try something a little bit different today. These ones have quite a few packs inside of them. I am not a huge fan of the fact that there's so much packaging for these sorts of things, and I am going to be looking more in the future for just sheet seaweed that I can just cut up and enjoy myself. But today I did see these and I thought, why not try it out? So I'll be trying these soon. I just want to do a quick update and let you know that the habanero seaweed snacks are hot. Hotter than I expected, and now my tongue is burning slightly, so be careful when you eat these if you're not used to spice like me. I need some iced tea. Then you also have your classic nut selection. So these ones here are pistachio nuts. However, I occasionally grab almonds, hazelnuts, cashew nuts, and pretty much always I have some sort of nut butter in the house. Right now, I currently have peanut butter. Mavis is really good. It's really tasty, and I really like the one with the crunchy, extra crunchy dark butter because these ones have no additives, so it's literally just peanuts and salt. And I will just go and eat it with like a little bit of a small fork, or like, you know, those dainty dessert forks. I will grab one of those and have a little bit of those sometimes if I just feel like I need a bit of something to keep me going and I'm feeling a bit low on, you know, energy, or I'm actually really hungry, and that actually satisfies my cravings really quickly. Another thing that I really enjoy would be your classic fruits. And this is something that I always recommend to anyone who's starting an anti-inflammatory diet because fruits are wonderful. This is a huge bunch of grapes that I just got from the grocers, and I've also got always other types of fruit with me. So for instance, mangoes. I've got a big slice of watermelon I'm excited to get into. It is summer currently in Australia, Perth. And so I'm so blessed to have so many different fruits to choose from. But saying that, when it is winter time, I still have frozen berries in my fridge. So currently right now I've got raspberries, blackberries and strawberries in my fridge itself that are frozen and ready to just pop into a smoothie or my Kefir bowl, which I always have. When it comes to me, in my case, I do tend to find that refined sugars are a big problem for me, so I will try and avoid them as much as possible. Over the last year, I tried as much as I could to cut them down or check out the amount of refined sugar that I could eat in order for flareups not to happen. And because I suffer from autoimmune disease, which you might have seen in one of my previous videos, this was something that was very important for me. So these items are things that I very rarely have, but I thought I would point them out for you if you were craving a bit more sugar than I necessarily would. So for me, I just got some Hana ice cream just from the Woolies just then because I saw it was $5.50, which is like half price of what it normally is. Hana ice cream is delicious, but it is not cheap. And this is gluten-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free. So I eat this and I don't really have to worry. Obviously you don't want to eat too much because it's still sugar. So this great option, I really love Hana and I will tend to have one every few weeks sometimes. As you can see, it's a small container. And so I always feel like I'm not overindulging when I have one of these. I'll generally have it maybe in like 2 or 3 servings. And this was something I first tried out in New Zealand. These are made from dates, cashew nuts, pea protein, desiccated coconut, a little bit of raisins, and a little bit of natural caramel flavor, which you can actually get from maca powder, and also sea salt in here. And so because they're natural, I don't really have to worry about anything when I have these. Obviously, once again, do not have too many, because if you have too many, obviously that's not great for your body. But sometimes I have like maybe 2 of these because these are quite small. I personally do make my own date bowls, and when I make those, it's similar things that I put into them, often just dates, peanut butter, other bits and pieces. I will give you guys a recipe in a future video. Let me know if you want to hear what I make and put into my Bliss bowls / date bowls, so you can know in the future. But if you are just trying things out and you want to start an anti-inflammatory, or you just want to add more natural sugars into your diet, these ones are a really good option and really easy to just bring around when you're traveling from work to work, going on a hike, just going somewhere and you want a little bit of a snack that you can pop around. These are great. If you are stuck for snack ideas, please refer back to this video, share it with a friend if you feel like there's something that they would like to learn from this and they're stuck on ideas of what to eat. Now, some of the foods that are going to take a little bit more processing / production time, but were worth it because they really don't take that long. So for instance, one of the things I recently tried out and I really enjoyed was mochi, which this hard mochi is something that you can buy in convenience stores. For instance, I got mine at a Japanese $3 store, which it comes in a hard form, and I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like this, and it's actually very hard to begin with. But what you do is you can actually roast this, or you can pop it into a boiling saucepan with water inside of it, and it will become really soft and it will become like mochi, and it will become really sticky and delicious and fun to chew. So I pop these into soups, but you can also just eat them by themselves. And some people have it with a bit of, nuts on the top of it, or if you don't mind soy, you can put a little bit of soy sauce on it. Like I said, I just pop it into soups, and I've also had it with the soy, and both of them are delicious. So I really like these. They're fun, and you can break them up into quarters, so you don't have to have a huge bite. Fun fact, actually this is a fairly dangerous product because in Japan people actually die from eating these and getting them stuck in their throats, so just be careful when you're eating these, okay friends? Please. Another natural product that's only going to take a little bit of extra prep time would be edamame beans. Any type of bean is really good if you're wanting a snack. I am just putting out edamame beans right now because these are easy. You just chuck them into boiled water, add some salt, and leave them. I like the ones in the shells still because I find that it's really fun to just sort of pop them out of their shells when you're eating them and then putting them aside, because that often is what you get in a Japanese restaurant. And easy, really quick. It only takes like less than 10 minutes before they are ready to go and delicious and ready for you to have. Some of you know that I am obsessed with Kefir and I pretty much have it every single day. So I just thought I'd point out this is the brand that I pretty much, it's a go-to for me. I really like this Table of Plenty one. The reason why I like this one over other brands is because they tend to have chunky lumps in them, and I believe that Kefir should be chunky and should be lumpy because that is where all the probiotics come from. So this is really good for your gut health, and compared to yogurt it's actually even more so. And because this has no lactose, or the lactose has been converted because of the probiotics, it doesn't actually affect my gut and I can eat it, and actually helps with the balance of my gut bacteria inside my body. So pretty much a daily snack that I have. I often, as you probably have seen in my other video, what I eat in a day, I tend to put fruits and berries into this, as well as chia seeds, hemp seeds, any sort of nuts. I've chucked maca in there, I've chucked matcha in there. All of these sorts of little powders also really good with these. You can make smoothies out of them. You can make ice cream with it. You can make popsicles with it. I just really like Kefir. It's great, and I've become a convert since. My next staple pantry snack that I always have would be corn thins or rice thins. So these are fantastic. These ones I really like to choose the multi-grain version because I believe it's better to have more grains in my body. They're not varieties, generally always better for your body than it isn't. And with these ones I tend to top so many different things with them. You can either go savory, you can either go sweet if you really want. I tend to go savory. So for instance, what I tend to put is with peanut butter, cashew nut butter. I have popped kimchi on top of it before. I have popped salmon, avocado, your classics. You don't need to do much. The fun thing about rice crackers and corn thins is that they're a plate, you just eat it afterwards. And another snack that I wanted to bring up, because once again, classic and a pantry staple for many people and super cheap, is tuna cans. Tuna cans are a really good way to get extra protein in your body, and really quick. And you can just pop open a can, add some salt, add some pepper, add some lemon if you like. I sometimes put it with some vegan mayonnaise, and yeah, I'm pretty good to go after that. You can also make boiled eggs, also a wonderful way of protein. That is really easy to just boil a few eggs and then pop them into the fridge for the next day for you to snack on as a snack. These foods especially are really filling, which is great, so you won't really be searching for more snacks afterwards. And once again, you can flavor them as you like. You can add mayonnaise to them, add spices, you can add curry powder. Curry powder with eggs is delicious, by the way. If you haven't had that, you need to try it. I also really love roasted vegetables as a snack. This does also take some prep time because you have to cut the vegetables up, you have to season them, and then you have to chuck them in the oven, but really it doesn't take too long. And if you bulk prep them, it's really easy to just chuck them into the fridge afterwards and come back to them as a snack when you're feeling a bit snackish. So some classic vegetables I like to chuck in would be making things like potato wedges, making sweet potato wedges, also things like carrots, capsicum, and things like Brussels sprouts, kale chips are wonderful. There's really a lot of options for you, everyone. And another thing that I also really like to make up as a little snack, and this one's a sweet one, is dates. So you can either eat dates just by themselves as they are. I tend to like medjool dates because they're really big and they're a bit chunky, and I like the ones which are not pitted because I just think it's easier to just eat around the pit itself. It's not a really hard thing to do. They like to cut it open, take out the pit, and this is often what I do. I either daub my dates into nut butters, and while some of these other people like to make it fancy and then cut it open, take out the pit, and pop nut butters into the dates themselves. However way you want to do it, fine by me. I'm a bit lazy sometimes, so I just want to dip it and eat it. And frankly, dipping something like that is really fun. It makes me feel like, oh, it's something fancy, like you're dipping something into chocolate or something like that. And it's a really lovely balance, because for me, I find that dates actually really sweet. And so I generally only have 1 date, 2 dates, and that's very rarely, at the most a day, because that's a lot of sugar in your body. And it is natural, but that still doesn't mean you should overload your body with too much sugar. I hope this video has been useful for you. I'm sinking down this couch slowly and surely, but I hope that you've really enjoyed some of my snack choices. I hope that you try some yourself. Please let me know if there are any that you thought that you would like to try, you wouldn't like to try. That's very weird, Patty. How strange of you to be eating weird foods. But I grew up as in a Chinese household, and for me, lots of different things can be snacks. Lots of different things don't have to be fancy. It's very, very easy to eat nibbles here and there. And in fact, that was a very natural thing for me during times like Chinese New Year. So lovelies, thank you so much for watching this video today. If this was something that you really enjoyed, please hit the like button to let me know that you enjoyed it. And if there's something that you want to watch in the future, subscribe button as well as the notify bell button so you can see my future videos that I pop up on Friday. So I'll see you soon, lovelies, and let me know down below if there's any particular snack that you really, really like, you've never tried before, or that you recommend that I should try. Okay? So I'll see you soon. Take care, lovelies. Bye. Mwah.